Hi everyone, welcome back to my booktube channel. My name is Safa and today I'm going to be doing a reading vlog for the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. Now this is one of my all-time favorite YA series. It is incredible. Honestly, I'm in a reading slump and I need to get out of it. And what's the fix for it? This. Just because I need something quick. Something that just hooks my attention, has everything I just want to read with a morally gray love interest to a main character, you know, some of the love triangleness, and, you know, Mal out of the picture. Like, no one cares about him for a bit. Anyway, if you couldn't tell, I'm a purely Darklina fan. Now, you can tell me it's toxic and whatever, and blah, blah, okay, I don't care. It's unique, and it's interesting, and I like it. Don't shame me for it, okay? I can like what I like. It's because, like, you'd never see a main character shipped with, like, a villain / morally gray love interest like that. It's so unique. You'd never see it before. What I love about this is also, you know, the Netflix series. I just love seeing my favorite characters come to life, especially the Darkling. Like, Ben Barnes casted perfectly. Like, you cannot tell me there's anyone more perfect for him. Yeah, let's just get into it. Update. Chapter 26. Chapter 26. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak today. Page 26, chapter 2. I'm about to start of Shadow and Bone. Now, obviously, it's just the introductory phase. We just got some Grisha, like, speckled through a bit about Alina and Mal's past, and we just got an introduction to them working a part of the First Army. Alina's a cartographer. Mal is a tracker in the units. They are about to venture into the Fold, the deep darkness place with the Volcra monsters, yada yada yada. This has only reaffirmed my opinion of Mal and Alina. I don't like them very much. Just that. Because Alina for me has always been a pretty petty character from the beginning. Just because, like, to an extent it makes sense. But, like, you don't have to be that petty about it. Like, girls would befriend her in order to see Mal. Which is honestly pretty of an asshole type of thing to do. But, like, she would call them, oh, that pig-nosed girl over there. Like, girl, like, why do you have to be so antagonistic to people like that? Like, it's really annoying like that. And then we have Malyen Oretsev. Not my favorite guy. Although Show Mal in the Netflix adaptation is kind of changing my opinion. But, like, in my opinion, he's like a different entity entirely. He's not this Mal. Anyway, like I was saying, he is just stale. Nope, not my favorite person at all. He basically has eyes everywhere else besides Alina. And Alina is, like, jealous. You know, she has the biggest crush on him for the longest time. And he just doesn't notice at all. Until it really matters or they're in peril, and then it all comes out, which is quite annoying. But that's all I can really say, just because that's all that's happened in 26 pages. Yeah, so let's continue. Okay, I'm on page 56 of Shadow and Bone now. Honestly, Leigh Bardugo has such great writing. I just love how much her statements in the book can make such a big impact. Like, we're at the point in chapter 4 where basically Alina has just confronted the Darkling and she basically just showed everyone her sun summoning abilities. And now he's like, okay, you, Ivan, need to go take her back to Osa Alta and protect her in the palace and wait for me there. So they're just heading to the carriage right now, and Alina just asks, let me just repeat the line. She's like, so I'm the Darkling's prisoner? You're under his protection. What's the difference? Pray you never find out. That's one example. And then, hold on. Honestly, Alina and Ivan's conversations can be pretty funny sometimes because it's so ridiculous. So basically, Grisha left, and then Alina's like, where is she going? Ivan says, back to Kribirsk. We'll travel faster with less weight. You look heavier than she does. Put on the kefta, Alina. It's just so funny. Just like the ridiculous conversation she has. But yeah, honestly, first introduction to the Darkling. Love him. He's literally my favorite person besides Nikolai in this book. He's so good. I love him. It's just he's so mysterious and like hard to understand. But he's complex that way. And I think it's just the mystique behind him that makes him so much more appealing other than his like dark black hair and gray eyes and the cheekbones and everything. But like, it's just attractive, okay? Don't judge me. Anyway, let's just continue. Okay, update. I'm on page 119 of Shadow and Bone now. Honestly, we've gotten to the parts where Alina has entered the little palace. You know, she's bathed, she's met Genya, and she's met the king at this point. She's dressed and everything. And then at the end, we see that the Darkling has told Genya, you know, make sure she's set in the black kefta instead of the blue. And Alina's like, no, no, no. Can you actually make it blue? Because I want to fit in more. I don't want to stand out. I'm like, girl. No. No, 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 no. I remember the first time I read this, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, because I was so infatuated with the Darkling. I still am. But, like, why would you choose blue? And I know this goes on for a little bit, but, like, it's just so interesting to see it kind of play out and just see how her emotions get, like, changed along the way. But, yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm excited to continually read more. I always just like the parts where the Darkling just randomly pops in and just asks her like really basic kind of questions, you know, how was this? Are you feeling comfortable? Like these kinds of things. Like I know what it's all for and all, but like it makes me feel good. Okay, let's continue reading. Okay, update. I'm on page 185 of chapter, I think, 13. So, a couple things happened so far. I don't remember what I said last time, but essentially, Alina's been training with everybody. We got the scene where, you know, she's with Bodkin and then Bagra. Although she says Bagra, I say Bagra. But, you know, it's just kind of funny, especially the scene where she knocks Zoya to the ground. That was one of my favorite parts of the training, just because, you know, she deserved it. She was being a real asshole about it the entire time. And so, you know what? She needed to be knocked down a peg or two. And then we learned that the Darkling banished her from, I guess, typical training activities, and now she's being relocated for the time being, which is great. And now Alina has finally decided to let go of Mal and like the thing she's been holding down for a long time, and now she can use her Grisha abilities to summon light. And that's where the chapter ends. And yeah, just an exciting point because I know we'll see more Darkling. That's what I'm really hoping for. Okay, let's continue reading. Page 283 of Shadow and Bone. So, a couple things happened. We had the Winter Fate go on. All of that happened. Darkling and Alina kissed. probably my favorite moment in the book, although people are gonna say it's like pretty bad. I liked it, and then obviously Bagger told Alina at this point about the Darkling's motives and that he wants to use her and put the stag's antlers on her to do so. And Mal came back, and they all made up. It's another, like, back to being best of friends. And this part is cute and all, but, like, I still remember this feeling whenever I read this part. I was like, Alina, just go back to him. He could be lying. They could be lying. Like, just trust him. That's what I'm still thinking this. But obviously, you know, what they've been telling them is true and all. So, you know, that's just where we're at. I'm excited to finish it. I'm almost done. I'll finish it in like probably 45 minutes. Until then.
You don't care who suffers, as long as you win. Fine. Make me your villain.
Okay, so I have officially finished Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I obviously love this book. You know, so much fun to read overall. But I have to say though, the effect it took wasn't as strong as it was the previous times I read this book. It just didn't have that like wow factor I had when I initially read it. Although it's still really, really good, it's just not as good. I don't know how to say this. I think it's just because the surprise factor is gone. Obviously, certain reveals about the characters, especially the Darkling and Alina's powers, were really conveyed in a surprising way when I initially read it. And this time, it's like I know all the details already, so I know what's going to happen, and I'm just expecting for it to show up anyway. So it just kind of had that little lost connection for me. But overall, you know, the world building, I love the Darkling's character. He's definitely one of my all-time favorite characters in the series, just because he's such a complex and unique villain. Someone you've never really seen the likes of in any YA book, in my opinion. Because he is a guy who, yes, has, I guess, evil goals, but like good intentions at heart. Like he wants to do it to save all the Grisha and whatnot, but like his methods of doing so isn't exactly the best. In his way, he always manipulates people and uses them, but like his relationship with Alina, it's attractive, okay? You can't deny it. I love it. That's probably one of my all-time favorite reasons for rereading it, just because their connection is so undeniable, and it's really captivating to watch because they are very much opposites, but they are so compatible at the same time in a weird way. Agree to disagree, I don't know. So yeah, that kind of just concludes my feel of this book, but I don't know what I would rate it. I think for nostalgic reasons, I want to say 4, but like in terms of reading experience, I felt like it was more a 3.5, but you know what? We'll just say 3.75. We'll meet in the middle here. So that's just my take and my reading vlog on Shadow and Bone. Hope you look into it, and yeah, that's kind of it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.